Rhinos have been on Earth for millions of years. These ancient animals get their name from their horn. Rhinoceros, the word, comes from the Greek rhino, meaning nose, and ceros, meaning horn. Rhino horn is made of keratin, which is the same kind of protein you'll find in your fingernails and hairs. And pound for pound, rhino horn is more valuable than gold. And it is for these prized horns that rhino are being slaughtered across South Africa every single day, leading to 3 species of rhino being listed as critically endangered.
What happens to rhino calves who survive poaching attacks but are left orphaned or injured? Due to a lack of rehabilitation expertise and support structures, these orphans are often further traumatized, leading to unnecessary deaths. To resolve this issue, the Rhino Orphan Rehabilitation Project was formed as a partnership between EWT and Karen Trendler, an internationally recognized rhino rehabilitation expert. Why this love affair with rhinos?
It wasn't my choice. Clive Walker, about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, sent me a tiny little prematurely born black rhino calf and said, can you rear it? And it was pure beginner's luck and total ignorance. We were able to pull the calf through. And that opened a floodgate of rhino, and the more you do, the more you learn, the more you're able to have successful rearing and keep them alive, and the more animals get sent to you. And then in addition to that, the more you get to know rhino, their personalities, what incredible animals they are, you get very attached and very driven by that. Getting funding for rhino and for wildlife and conservation is really difficult, but it's projects like the MyPlanet Rhino that have helped the EWT Rhino Response Fund that make it possible to actually rescue the calves and bring them into the situation like this, where we can start doing the right thing for them.
Why the orphanage?
The current rhino poaching crisis is unfortunately producing a number of casualties, and amongst those casualties are orphaned calves where the mothers have been poached and the calves then need to be reared. They're not old enough to look after themselves, and that's why the orphanage was established.
Once you've rescued a calf, what's your rate of survival?
If you can get the calf quick enough and the initial rapid response and handling is good, we have probably about an 80% chance of pulling that calf through and getting it back into the wild. The critical thing is getting to it as fast as we possibly can and doing the right thing, the right diet, the right handling, taking care of the trauma from the beginning. Then we have a very, very good chance.
The Rhino Orphan Response Project is one of the beneficiaries receiving funds from the EWT MyPlanet Rhino Fund.
Are these also orphan rhinos?
Yes, these are. I rescued these rhino before the orphanage started, but they're both rhino in need. We're hoping that they're going to act as surrogate parents, or at least be able to help socialize the other calves. It makes a huge difference for the calves to be able to have contact with other rhino. It helps them to bond to other rhino rather than to their human carers, which is critical if we're going to put them back in the wild.
A huge number of rhino-related conservation groups have sprung up across the country, making it difficult for the public to know where to donate their money. How do you know that the money you're donating is being spent to the best benefit of rhino conservation? To address this issue, the Endangered Wildlife Trust MyPlanet Rhino Fund was launched in May last year. The aim of this fund is to create a channel for South Africans where they can effectively and constructively contribute to rhino conservation and anti-poaching. The fund is a partnership between the Endangered Wildlife Trust, MyPlanet, and someone 50/50 viewers know very well, Bram Malherbe.
How does the EWT MyPlanet Rhino Fund raise and collect money?
Very simply, you as a consumer going to any Woolworths store, you get a MyPlanet card for free, no cost to you whatsoever. Every time you shop, nominating EWT Rhino Fund as your chosen beneficiary, a percentage of your spend goes to that very, very worthy cause.
The EWT MyPlanet Rhino Fund is one of more than 90 environmental beneficiaries supported by the MyPlanet program. Bram, tell us a bit more about the other beneficiaries of MyPlanet.
MyPlanet have a vast array of beneficiaries, ranging from the Cartors Protection Association, Wildlife Act, SANCOB, SPCA, and many, many others.
How much money has MyPlanet raised for all the beneficiaries?
Just over the last year, over 3.5 million has been raised by MyPlanet.
It's basically like a baby rhino. Bram, at the last count, there was close on 240 different organizations raising funds for rhinos, and some of them are definitely scams. I mean, how can I be sure that the money that's being donated on my behalf is being spent wisely?
We formed a panel of interested and affected parties, and jointly we decide where the money is apportioned. It can be a rhino calf orphanage, it can be South African Parks Rangers who are in much need of equipment. You, as a MyPlanet holder, get a monthly statement, and for further information, you can log on to the MyPlanet website at any time.
So it's completely transparent?
Absolutely transparent. What we need to make this sustainable is for the South African public to get behind the EWT Rhino Fund as a beneficiary and make a difference long term.